Hey everybody, Mike Steele here with Barbecue Champs Academy, and we are super excited about the podcast that we've got lined up for you tonight. It's all about Hogs for the Cause, and this is a great organization that brings awareness and raises money for children with pediatric brain cancer. So we are really excited about this and looking forward to it. We got some great guests tonight. We got Mark Lambert with Sweet Swine of Mine. We got James Cruz, Fire and Spice. We've got Becker Hall, who is the CEO of Hogs for the Cause. And also, if you have ever seen Cooking with Cajun or Cooking with Cajun on Instagram, got about 1 million followers. Audrey, Desselle, we have got him on our show. We're at least trying to get him in the back room right now. He hadn't got on yet. So James just sent me a text, so bear with me. Yeah, that's what I sent it to, James. Can you resend the email out? I can try to. Tell him to check his spam folder, James. It could have went there. So we got a great show. I'm so glad that everybody's with us, and bear with us just a second as we try to get our last guest in. In the meantime, as y'all come in, please let us know. We got Jason here. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you being here tonight. Gordon, as always, we can count on you being here. Appreciate you joining us. We got Mr. David with us tonight. Glad to have you with us, David. Michael, thank you for joining us as well. Evan, we appreciate you being with us. Mr. John, thank you. Good evening, Mike. Back to the cold. Yeah, we've got a little cold snap that came flying through here last night. Feels good. I'm not going to complain. And I know we got the heat wave coming. It won't be long. So, Stephen Peacock, thank you for joining us. Looked like you had a pretty decent outing this weekend as well. Chris, thank you for joining us all the way from Connecticut. Mr. Jason White, hey, brother, how you doing? Hope you and your wife are doing well. Miss Brenda, thank you for joining us. And let's see, James is pushing it to the last second as usual. Yeah, you could kind of say he was the last one. James, did you? Hey, James, you can take your link that I emailed you and you can email it to him. So forward the link that I sent you to him. Lance, thank you. See what we cooked today. Yeah, that's it. We'll find out if we can get him on. And Efren, thank you for joining us. Yep, I did. Third rib. Yep, that's good, man. I'm telling you what, it was a lot of good cook-offs this past weekend. Had Alfred down there with the Alfred contest. That was really good. Got to give a big shout out to my buddy Donald Keene. He grand championed that one. So we really are seeing him. I think he also got reserve grand champion at Austin Rodeo. So Donald's been doing pretty dead well here in the last 2 or 3 cook-offs that he's cooked. Let's see, Rockin' A Grilling Supplies is in the house. Let's see what Jason said. If James had 10 extra minutes in a day, he would find 20 minutes of something to fill it with. Yep, that's about right. So, hey, Mike, what's up? Alvin, that's it. So, got it wrong. I think I said Alfred. Alvin Music Festival. It's a big competition. I think they had about 200 teams down there. So, Joel, we appreciate you being with us today. We got folks steadily coming in. And I can see James working in the background, trying to get Audrey on. So we got one more waiting. We're trying to get him in. And I think I just seen him popping on. He is in the background. So we'll find out if he's got audio here in a second. Charles, thank you for being with us as well. Alan, we thank you for joining us. Also, we got about 35 folks on so far. We're going to give everybody just a few more minutes. We got a really great show. This Hogs for the Cause has been very near and dear to my heart. For the last couple years, we've had Marcio on here and a couple others and talking about it and what it does and the awareness that it brings. And we are really excited to not only have a couple outstanding cooks on here, but we've also got the CEO of Hogs for the Cause, and we're going to hear all about it. It's some very heart-touching stories. James was telling me that sometimes during the cooks meeting, they'll bring in one of the children that's recovered from the brain cancer and just tell the story. And, he said it's really heart-touching when you have grown men just sitting there bawling their eyes out. And, it really is amazing the amount of money that they bring, the awareness that they bring to it. And I'm just really excited to be a part of helping them bring awareness to this. Rocky, I didn't hear no bells. So, hello, Miss Erica. How are you doing today? And Thomas, thank you for being with Thomas. Thank you for being with us. We appreciate you joining us tonight as well. See, Rockin' Egg. Okay, cook off. All right, here we go. Cook off this weekend with the Rib Cook Off Association. It was a great success. Yep, it seems like they've got a few of them throughout Texas now, and I'm sure that's going to just continue to grow as it continues going on. So really excited to what they are doing with that. And hopefully I'll be able to catch one day and see what it's all about. Real quick, we want to thank our partners, the barbecue store, Gunnar Wilhelm Knives, Daigle's Barbecue Sauces and Rubs, and Raider Red Meats. We really do appreciate their help over all these years. Well, I don't want to take up too much time. We got a lot to talk about. As folks come in, we will slowly but surely bring them in. And we'll start off first with Mr. James Cruz, who contacted me to see if we could pull this event together. Mr. James, how are you doing, brother?
Doing good, Mike. How are you, buddy?
Man, I'm doing
check
good.
his camera thing, but
yeah, I know it. You kind of look down to your left a little bit, and you'll have it. There you go, right there. That's it.
All right.
And it's always funny. You're like me. You want to watch the screen and not look at the camera, but that's fine. But James, I really appreciate you putting this together with some great people on here. I've never got a chance to meet Becker, who's the CEO of Hogs for the Cause, so we're going to get a chance to talk to him a little bit. Share the whole story about what this organization is about, the money that they're raising and stuff like that. So, and I really do appreciate you reaching out to me. I've done it a couple years with Marcio, so I like to spread the love, man. So, and you're my Louisiana boy as well. So it's going to be quite interesting. It sure seems like the competition has stepped up even more this year than what I have seen in past, because man, I'm starting to hear now, you know, they're putting teams together. Like I heard Eric Hodson is putting a team together, and you've got a great team that you've put together. So all these people are putting some pretty amazing groups together to come out and compete with this.
Yeah, so the Eric Hodson and Alan Smith team, they're part of the Shed. So you've got Brooke and Brad from the Shed. You got Eric and Alan from Boar's Night Out. They've got Craig Carter, Matt Overson, Ricky Bobby, and I think somebody else on the team. They're right next door to us. So
wow.
What's crazy is I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the lineup, but we don't just show up and pick our spot in the field where we want to set up. There's a plot draft based off of previous year's fundraising.
Right.
It just so happened the way this year it lined out, we've got a 7-team row that starts with Kendall Adair, who's a Memphis May cook. Then you got a team with like Joey Machado, Manuel Moriano, and all those guys. I think Cosmo's come to cook with them. Then you got Jason Gonzalez, who was a hell of a traditional cook, but also did well in barbecue and competition last year. Then you got Marcio and Hog Addiction. Then you have us. It's myself and Lambert and John Wheeler and Charles Dabbs and Josh. I can go 20 more names. Nakia White's on my team. Rob Fleming. Then you got that Shed team, and then you have U-Bonds next to them. So
wow.
And look, at the same time, and then also Blues Hog is in town.
Yeah.
They're cooking for another team. You got who else? You got Mike Johnson, Sugar Fire, who's coming down with Fergie Lichtenstein and a few other people. They're on another team. All that being said, it's what's crazy is you touched on this is one of the biggest, if not most prominent, barbecue charities. It is the main barbecue charity for kids with pediatric brain cancer. And what's crazy, you got all these guys with all these awards, and look, there's no door on our booth. It's an open tent, but once you get there, we're all the same. Everybody there. We all have one goal to raise money for these kids, and we're always going to have a good time. And I've said, like, if we're out there, we're going to spend the time and everything and traveling. I'm looking to beat that team next to me.
Right.
But at the same time, look, you got to surround yourself with good guys, all like-minded people that, you know, first and foremost, it's not about like the trophy sitting behind you. We all have trophies. Right. This is really about the kids. And and on top of that, it's the best food festival in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Every team's food as well.
Yeah.
And you know, when you look at it, there's no prize money. We all raise money throughout the year. We raise money while we're there, and we have a goal of $5 million collectively as a group this year for these kids.
Right.
And at the end of the day, when Becker comes on, he goes into a little more detail. He's more polished than I am when it comes to this kind of stuff. But you know, in a nutshell, what you're doing is we're raising money because look, there's not a dollar in the world that cures cancer. Okay.
Right.
So our biggest thing is kind of relieve some of the financial burden that these families have to deal with and the stresses that they have, because that slows down healing. I mean, it's no secret.
Right.
Things like that. So our biggest thing is we do what we can to make the kids and families comfortable by, and Becker going to more information about the hog houses and stuff and the things we do. We all do our part, in working hard throughout the year and while we're on site there to help these kids out. And, this is a charity it's very personal to me because cancer runs in my family. That's how our clocks end in my family. It's cancer.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where this is Hogs 10 for me. And this is one that, I'm going into it where, we've got a goal. We've been a successful barbecue team there. We've raised a pretty good bit of money ourselves. But we've got a team now where it's kind of like we're all like-minded. I was on the phone with some guys today that, they were like, oh, what can we do to get a better placing in this category? I'm like, nothing. We need to raise money.
Right.
If we cook what we cook, we're going to do fine in the barbecue side of things. But our biggest goal is to get out there and raise money for the kids. And you touched on it. Josh Michele, another guy.
Yeah. Josh Michele. Yeah. I've got probably 45 members of our team. That's something else that's not unique to most barbecue contests where it's 1 to 3 or 4 members. I've got 45. Right.
That's including friends and family who all work in front of houses, sell food. We do some unique dishes to sell to the public as well. At the end of the day, it's a very personal event. I hate to call it a barbecue contest because it's more of an event more than anything.
It is fundraising event.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring in some more of the team. I tell you what, let's real quick bring in. I'm going to go ahead. Mark, are you there, man? I don't see your phone on. Have you got it turned off? There he is. All right. Yep. Back. Try it again, Mark. There we go. We got Mr. Mark Lambert. Hey, brother. How are you doing?
All good.
So I know you're part of this elite team that James has put together. And I know that you have won Hogs for the Cause in the past. So I know that's near and dear to your heart as well. And then you've also got a personality that it may not be associated with barbecue, but by God, he's associated with coon-ass food. I can tell you that. And we've got Audrey Desselle, if I got his name right. Are you there, brother?
You did. You got it, Dad. You got it perfect.
There we go, brother. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
That's good. I don't know if you're on a phone or an iPad. If you turn your camera 90 degrees, we'll get a wider shot of you. If you can do it. And if you can't, we ain't going to worry about it. But we'll get to see more of you. So,
I have to have surgery.
There you go. So what did we cook today?
Is that better?
Wait.
See it. Hey, there we go.
Mike, let me interrupt for 1 second.
Okay.
Happy birthday to this guy right
Lord,
here.
I lost kind of.
Uh-oh.
It's Audrey's birthday today.
It's Audrey's birthday. I'll be dang. Happy birthday there, brother. Yeah, you had it, Audrey. We had you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm losing service. I live out. I cook on the stove and I cook on firewood because that's the only thing I got around me.
Hey, you're doing good even to have an internet signal. So anyway,
y'all have no idea what it takes to get internet out here. They pipe it to us by the hour.
By the hour. That's funny. It's all get out. Well, I know you're going to be on James's team as well, and that's got to be probably pretty cool for you to go out and participate in something like this. We appreciate you, Audrey. I know you've got 1 million followers on Instagram. If y'all have never followed him, you need to go do so. He's got some amazing food that he's cooking up. And with 1 million followers, I mean, we're hoping that maybe he can get 1% of those to help donate some money for the Hogs for the Cause. So, and thank you, Audrey, for being part of that and helping to bring more awareness to what this actually is doing for people. So.
No, absolutely. And if I can, just for a second, James and I have talked about this. When James reached out to me, Hogs for the Cause was, really a personal thing that James didn't even know at the time when he reached out to me and asked me to be part of this. I've got a 17-year-old nephew that actually had brain cancer, was diagnosed with brain cancer at 5 years old. and is 17 today. And Hogs for the Cause was actually an organization that reached out and helped my family
Really?
personally. So
wow.
when he reached out to me, it wasn't something that, you know, he had planned or I had planned or we'd even talked about. And when he reached out, it was a really personal thing for me because as you said, with, you know, 1 million or so on Instagram and almost 1 million on every other platform, it gave me a great satisfaction to be able to do this and give
Right.
back to an organization that did so much for my family so many years ago, when no one knew who I was. So,
Right.
like you said, you know, if I can get 1% of my followers
Mm-hmm.
to donate, you know, $1, it would be a huge, huge giving to, you know, the people that gave so much to us, you know, so many years ago. And it's still something that's functional, which I think is even more amazing that they did this, you know, like I said, he's 17. This happened when he was 5, and they're still doing this today, which I think is incredible. You know, so many people do this and they get out of it after a few years.
Right.
Because there's no benefit to them. And that's what I love about this whole organization. They do it for the right reasons. The benefit is we get to be part of this.
Right. Right. Part of it and just helping people. I mean, you know, the thing is, it's like James said, it's not about the prize money. It's about one thing, and it's this right here, raising money for children with pediatric brain cancer. And that to me is just incredible. It's an incredible cause. And I think I was talking to Becker, and we're fixing to bring him in. Becker, fixing to bring you up, brother. They raised $3.6 million last year. And with that said, I want to go ahead and bring in Becker, and then you can kind of introduce yourself. I don't know if you've ever met Becker, Audrey, but there y'all are. So, Becker, have you ever met Audrey before?
I don't believe I have, so it's very nice
Oh,
to
I'll be the one you'll never forget.
And then, I mean, it's pretty cool. Now, I mean, here he is, and let me throw this up real quick. Becker is the CEO of Hogs for the Cause.
Hey.
And here's a man sitting right to your left on the screen that you helped, you know, and that's got to be pretty rewarding, Becker.
Yeah, it actually moved me a lot. You know, when we started, I founded this organization now 16 years ago. You know, at the time, we didn't really know that much about pediatric brain cancer. You know, what we do know is that it's the leading terminal cancer in children. It has the lowest survival rate of all the cancers. But hearing success stories like yours is so rare and really motivating to us, and, you know, to our team. You know, we'd love to have your nephew at Hogs if we could to share his story.
Oh, wow.
You know, I will say that while we are the leading provider of grants to pediatric brain cancer family, we also build multi-million-dollar houses on hospital campuses. We also build multi-million cancer wings at hospitals around the country too. So we can help all sorts of people, not just pediatric brain cancer. We just get bigger and better through the power of barbecue. And that's really our mission.
Yeah. That's pretty amazing. So tell us a little bit, do you coordinate and put all this stuff together in New Orleans for the Hogs for the Cause competition?
Yes, it's all, we're headquartered here in New Orleans, you know, and we help families in hospitals all around the country. But the competition is done in New Orleans. And it's an interesting backstory if you want to hear how it got there. I try to do it as quickly as possible. I call it a penny tour, but it's turned into $1. But so I'm a graduate of the University of South Carolina, the Gamecocks. Okay. And I happened to attend that school while we were enduring the longest losing football streak in the country at 0-21 games under the great Lou Holtz. But the funny thing about it was they have a pretty cool tradition in South Carolina of smoking whole hogs before every football game. If you walk around the tailgate, they're everywhere. And, you know, our group of friends did that. And to me, it was like, oh, you mean I get to start partying at Friday for a Saturday football game? I'm all in.
Right.
And, you know, going through that process and the unique culture and tradition of that and the four sauces of South Carolina kind of hooked me in. And I returned home to New Orleans after college. And here we are in Louisiana, who have this amazing cochon de lait boucherie tradition in Southwest Louisiana. And we're in New Orleans, where we're arguably the greatest food city in the country, but we had, and James will tell you this, zero barbecue. I mean, nothing.
Right.
So we had the Joint, who participates at Hogs, and you know what, they were a pretty good outfit for what we had at the time. And you know, we saw an opportunity to open some eyes to some people to what I knew about barbecue, which was, you know, South Carolina and Carolina barbecue. Right. And we were introduced to a family. My co-founder and I, he was writing a food blog at the time at 25, the most popular website in New Orleans, and period, of all websites, 25-year-old, called blackenedout.com, which was a play on drinking and redfish. So we were introduced to a family in the cooking community, sous chef, who had a son with pediatric brain cancer. We quickly said, we're going to use this pig roast to raise money for this child. And we raised $7,500 that first year for that family, but we didn't get to meet the kid because he was on his Disney Make-A-Wish trip. And then 3 months later we did, and it was the most cathartic moment of our lives. And we walked out of that meeting and we said, we're going to build the biggest pediatric brain cancer charity in this country because of this child who changed our lives. And that's what we did.
Wow.
Do it through pork. Our pork.
That is an amazing story right there. Well, you raised $3.6 million last year. I think I heard James say just a minute ago, y'all's goal is $5 million this year.
That's the goal. We're falling behind. So anybody who's listening here, you know, we got to pick up the pace.
If anybody wants to, you can go Hogs for the Cause. You can donate there. I'm going to, James, will your link put them in through your stuff? So I'm going to share the screen real quick with everyone. And if you would, I mean, look, guys, this is a great cause that they have here. I'm going to share my screen real quick. And I don't know if you're going to be able to open this up. I hope we can.
Well, if anything, you can always put the QR code up there. And
that's there we go.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody's able to scan that, but there's the QR code. Hopefully you can. It looks like it's big enough.
You could also put the link in the chat. That might help a little bit.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with that, and Becker will say this as well. Every single dollar goes to these kids. I mean, so you can get on there. There's some hot buttons that start at $25 on up to like $1,000. But there's also a custom button. I mean, look, if you got $5 to donate, put it in there. You know,
anything
you donate $100, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You could donate as a business. You want a 501c3 tax write-off, you can get that. You could donate anonymously. You can put your name in. You could put your name as a Cornbread fan if you're a fan of Audrey. It doesn't matter.
Right.
The only thing that matters is, you know, a dollar or more. You know, just click on there. You can pay. And also this year that you guys opened it up to not just credit card, debit card. You got all of your digital payment options. You know, your Google Pay, your Venmo, your Apple Pay, I believe, Cash App. I don't know. I don't think we're taking those fake coins yet, but
yeah, the Bitcoins.
You know, we'll take a roll of quarters if you want to hand it over to me. I'll turn it into these guys, but it doesn't matter. The key is scan that code. It takes you literally 3 seconds. And like I said, dude, send us $5, send us 20, send us whatever you want, whatever you can afford. Because every single bit of this goes to these kids and efforts these guys put in, like Becker, Xander, Renee, into providing comfort more than anything to these kids.
Right.
And that's our biggest goal. It's look, we don't expect everybody to get on there and stroke a check for $100,000, but if, like I said, if you could donate 5, 10, 20, 100.
You're not going to say no to one though, James.
No,
not at all.
Hey, James, while we're on here, I'd also like to let everybody know, if you get on my link and you donate for every $5 you donate on my link, you're also going to be in a giveaway. And, man, when I tell you we got some great prizes that we've linked up with people that we're giving away. We've got King Cooker, the 3-piece cast iron set. We've got the outdoor open grill from King Cookers. And we also got the M80 from M Grills. And, man, that thing is a freaking beast.
Yes.
You know, I got one the other day, and I'm telling you, I am not the grill master. Like you won't never see me in a grilling competition. But I can tell you that thing makes it very simple and cooks like a beast.
Yeah.
So we're giving those 3 items, you know, every $5 you donate, you're in the giveaway. You're registered for the giveaway. So again, y'all donate. And, like I said the other day on the video, everybody that donates, you're a winner the second you donate. It's for a great cause. It's no one on this app or any other app is gaining any money from this. It's all going to make calls to the children. And we're doing this because of, myself, I'm doing it because of the love of the kids and for what they've done for my family.
Yeah. And look, again,
I want to say thanks to Evan Warren, who already donated there. But there is a category that you may have a shot at there. And it's one of our biggest ones because there are 4 main categories in the competition. There's, the whole hog, ribs, and the shoulder. But we have a little auxiliary category called pork pourri, which is anything goes pork. And that's one that everybody loves to win. And you can do whatever you want. And your skills may come in pretty handy, actually.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I brought up at the beginning, it doesn't matter what your accolades with your barbecue resume is. Everybody's ego is checked at the door, and they know that coming in. I mean, look, Mark's sitting right here in an hourly rate hotel. I don't know what he's doing.
Dang, James.
This dude is a 7-time world champion. And if you ask him right now, which I'm going to put him on the spot, I Venmoed him $20 to answer it correctly. He knows what his goal is on his team, and he knows what he means to his team, to us as well. And not just, yes, he is going to be cooking our pork. I mean, that's a given, but he knows what it means to him. He's been at Hogs before. And look, and I'm not, there's nothing I can say that's going to embarrass Mark Lambert, but he's a freaking icon in the barbecue world. And he's going to cook with a bunch of us. He's going to cook with the cornbread guy, and we're going to try to raise some money for kids. And also, too, I'll let Mark officially introduce this on Barbecue Champs Academy, but we're going to be doing Saturday morning as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I tell you what I'm going to do, and I hope everybody will follow. I wish there was a way I could match what everybody does. I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm going to start it off. I'm going to bid as soon as this is over, and I did drop a link in there to James and Audrey. I'm not going to use your link because I want some of your listeners and stuff to get the freebie stuff. I don't really need it. So I'm going to donate $500 from Barbecue Champs Academy, and I'm going to add that to your till on your meter, James. So I think he was at 1,000 or something. So we just almost, we didn't double it, but dadgum, we cut it in half. So
yeah, so
that gets you. I'll do that as soon. Can you do a credit card if I do it by credit card?
It's easy.
Okay, so there you go. You click the link. I just dropped it. If you want to use Audrey's link, you can. You're going to be put in for some free prizes and stuff. But I'm going to donate $500 from Barbecue Champs.
Awesome.
I think it's absolutely amazing. Look, man, the future of America is our kids. And, they can't help that they got brain cancer. It happens. And it's a struggle. I've seen parents before with children that have got cancer, and it's very, very hard. It's very difficult. It's already a stressful time for them anyway. And the financial burden sometimes can be just absolutely unbelievable at what they go through. So if this is something that can help them and 100% of this money is going toward that cause, I want to be part of that. So that'll go to you, buddy. And,
thank you, Mike.
And that's going to go. Marcio's on here. Yes, that's awesome. Thank you, Mike. Absolutely. Mark, I want to bring you in now, brother, for just a second. He brings up a great point. You're a 7-time world barbecue champion. You're the freaking pork king as far as I'm concerned. You've won this event in 2014. Tell us how that made you feel and how it and how you're and what you think about being involved back in it. I don't know when the last time that you cooked there, but I know you and James had just kind of got together. Y'all did a little cooking class here not too long ago. I'm glad y'all joined forces to do this.
Yeah. 2014 was great. We had a good friend, Jim Robinson, that is heavily connected in the New Orleans food scene, and there are a lot of folks there. And he and his personal chef and Malcolm Reed and his brother Waylon and I and local chef Baruch Rabasa, we all went to come together to cook Hogs in 2014. It was an awesome experience. I mean, the weather was horrid. It was at City Park and it rained. It came buckets of rain. There was mud everywhere. And unfortunately, Jim got his huge RV stuck in the mud and vowed never to come back. So we haven't cooked it again.
I remember that.
So I went back a couple of years after. I cooked with Dabs and James there, and I think we were third overall, I believe, that year.
Right.
Yeah.
So, it's a great feeling to be up on that stage and know you're a part of raising money for the kids, and it's just it's one of the most awesome events from a foodie standpoint that I can tell anyone, just because there's a contest and you have to color inside the lines on the contest. You got to turn in barbecue that the judges are used to seeing that's going to score well. However, the food that these chefs turn out in their booths to raise money, for the people that are coming, it is amazing, the barbecue fusion that pours out of their souls. It is some of the best food. Just to walk around and look at the creativity in the dishes these guys put out and how much fun they have doing it, you can tell it's really just it's good for the soul, and these guys are doing it for the right reason. It shows.
Wow, that is absolutely awesome. Well, I know it's going to be a great event. I wish I could have made it this year, and I'm kind of upset now that I can't be there. But I know the food is great. Tell us a little bit about all the other stuff that goes along with it, other than just the barbecue. What else do they do? I mean, you said, Becker, just a second ago that there's tons of food and stuff like that. So tell us a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, so we have 95 teams in the competition, and we hold it at 95 each year. And this year we have a 30-team wait list trying to get in. It's just what we like, and what we can really process and do the most efficiently. But out at Hogs, it's a 2-day festival that really starts on Thursday evening. But, there's 23 bands over 3 stages out there. Some past bands that have played include, Turnpike Troubadours, Tyler Childers, just that vein, Drive-By Truckers, St. Paul and the Broken Bones. We play in kind of the Southern rock, Americana country realm. So a lot of great music out there, a lot of bands that are now huge now. Let's say Camp, that was their first festival ever. They're now one of the biggest bands in the country. So we're kind of known for up and coming country, Southern rock, Americana music. And then, it has there's some similarity to Memphis in May in that you have these massive, some 2-story and 3-story tents out there with some just rocking parties that go from Thursday till Saturday, late into Sunday morning. It never stops. We say it's a marathon of sprints because It really is. But, Louisiana is just, they call it sportsman's paradise for a reason. And everybody is a backyard cook in some degree. So, there's a lot of just master barbecue chefs in the yard, like Mark, like James. There's Beard Award winners you're competing against as well. But there's tons of amateurs from around the country and in Louisiana too, who just straight know how to cook. So, it's not, and the primary difference between us and a lot of barbecue events is we're a 30,000 person barbecue event, but every single team is selling food to the public. So everybody's kind of a functioning restaurant. You go to a lot of events and there's just a lot of sitting around and you don't get a lot to eat. We've got more things that'll appeal to your senses that you can probably handle. So there's 2 cool things that I hear often and that I like to hear is when people visit Hogs, they say they've never been to an event like this, and there is not another event like this in the country. Wow. And our hospitals tell us there's no other charity that exists like y'all in this country. And we hear it from hospitals all over the country. So that's a pretty cool little combo, and it really motivates us to keep growing it and keep putting out the best product for, the patrons. But not only that, teams like James's, they work their tails off all year for this. They're fundraising all year for this, and it really becomes this celebration. So they get to let it all out and have a great time, but they're still working hard. And Hogs probably wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't because of barbecue and that overwhelming ethos of camaraderie that is barbecue. It's very competitive. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, these guys love each other, and you're going to form friendships that you never thought you'd make because of barbecue. Right. There's every single socioeconomic background out there at Hogs. We don't say no to anybody. and you become very close with all those people that are involved. So watching those friendships that have been made over the years and the differences that we make in so many families' lives, it's just, it's a big win for everybody, and you're going to have a great time in the process.
Wow. That is really, really cool. I've heard the food down there is epic. I heard it's just a massive party from start to finish. Yeah, Mark's over there shaking his head. So, and I know if Mark, let me ask you a question, Mark. Every time I've ever been around you at the American Royal, you're always cooking up something. So, are you going to be cooking up something special for James's team?
I don't know, James. Allen. I don't know.
I'm sure we will, because look, we need to eat too, and the way I've done this is
James told me he was eating at Marcio's tent. He said that's where the good food was. So.
Man, look, let me tell you something. The guys wanted so Marcio, good friend of mine. I'm still trying to find out if he's a truly legal citizen, because I'm trying to figure out a way we got to get him out of Hogs so we can beat him now.
He's in that chat. You better watch out.
Yeah, he's over there. He's over there.
Then I'm putting a warning out. I'm calling ICE tomorrow, because I don't know.
Calling ICE tomorrow. He's over here laughing at you. So
either way, Marcio has won it the last 2 years. So, look, again, everybody knows our focus is the charity side too. But, dude, we're all competitors. We're all competition guys. And at the same time, look, Marcio's the target right now. He's the guy we need to try to beat. And it's one of those things where, we put together a team of, when I got Mark Lambert on one shoulder and John Wheeler on my other shoulder, and Charles Dabbs and Josh Michelle and all the guys have on my team. It's like we might have a fighting chance of maybe getting close to Marcio this year. He's been hot. We'll see. But at the end of the day, look, Marcio. I joke with Marcio. He's a good friend of mine. He's another guy too that look, his heart is in the charity first, barbecue second. Same with all of us.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, I told somebody this the other day. Look, we're charity first. I mean, there's plenty of other barbecue contests I could sign up for that same weekend to go do it if I really wanted to chase trophies and prize money. But you got Mark driving in from 5 hours. Audrey's gonna be coming in from, I don't know how long that drive is, probably 7 hours or so, 8 hours.
About 9.
Yeah. So, and look, it is a good time. It's a hell of a party. And at the end of the day, it's one of those things where if we're out there, we're gonna cook our tails off to try to beat the team next to us. And Marcio happens to be right next door to us this year. So,
Marcio, you better watch your hog, buddy.
I've been Googling some pranks.
That's funny.
Hey, Audrey, cook up some of that special cornbread for Audrey.
Hey, don't worry about that, bro. We're gonna bring the cornbread. It's gonna be a game changer.
I'm telling you that. Look,
I'll be polite. I'm not gonna say what kind of cornbread we're bringing.
Hey, look, that's not a bad plan. I mean, there are assassins that go into tents in the night to take teams down, and our own James Cruz fell victim to a mercenary last year. And
hold on, I'm losing connection here. Hold on,
hey, you're still there, James.
That's okay. Look, I live 2 hours from a highway and 3 hours from the internet. I ain't scared of nobody that's gonna show up.
No, they ought to be scared of you. They ought to be scared of you, Audrey.
I ain't worried about that. I promise you. When I start mixing in a wooden bowl, it's a real deal.
I don't know.
We got the assassin herself in the chat. It looks.
Yeah, it sounds like to me. I don't know if y'all ever watched Fried Green Tomatoes, but I would not want to deal with Audrey. So
I'm coming out with the secret weapon and a banjo.
There you go. That's it.
I'm telling you, there's so much good food at this thing, you guys. There needs to be like a fast pass where you can go in the back of like half a dozen booths, because I know I'm going in the back of Tongue's booth and getting Viet Cajun crawfish. And I'm going in the back. I'm going to have some Kernish gumbo. I'm going to have a little Ubon's fried chicken. There's so much good food in these places, whether it be they're serving it out the front for the public or just that secret double knot spy menu in the back, man. It's worth going just for that.
Yeah, we actually had something called a passport. It was, looked like a passport, but
that's
you could
hilarious.
Get like 10 punch outs on it, get it stamped.
That's hilarious.
I mean, I'll give you, and Becker doesn't know this yet, but I'm probably going to release our booth menu next day or two. And to kind of speak on that, I've got a 40-something member team. So look, I can't be in the middle of, say, cooking. I'm responsible for the hog this year, so I can't be responsible for cooking a hog at the same time also jumping up front and serving the public. So I split my team in half. I got a front of house team cooking stuff for the for the public, and we're cooking stuff on the competition side. With that being said, our public entry this year, Desselle Cracker is if you guys know him, he's an official member of our team. He happens to have a crawfish cook-off the same weekend. So we're doing, like, one of our entries on Saturday is we're going to call it like a world championship whole hog pastelaya. So we'll take the hog once it comes off, because I believe turn-in's like 9:30 in the morning. We'll build our box, and we'll give the front of house the rest of the hog. So you come to our booth, you're getting a Tank Jackson, Duroc Berkshire Cross high-end, super high-end pig that's going to be pulled, and then we're going to make a homemade stale cracker pastelaya that's served to the public. You come get a bowl of that.
Wow.
Friday night is bacon and wing night. So the theme there for Friday night is every team is going to do some kind of bacon or wing inspired dish for the public.
That's crazy.
So one of our Friday night entries is we're taking Audrey's cornbread mix, by the way, which will hit the market at some point soon. And we're going to make a fully loaded bacon cheddar jalapeno hush puppy with his cornbread mix with a nice dipping glaze, loaded with bacon. So it's gonna be an MF and cornbread, an MF and hush puppy, MF and bacon hush puppy is what we're gonna call that. That's gonna be Friday night. Saturday we're doing some other stuff with like we'll probably do another like whole hog or shoulder, maybe like a dirty rice or jambalaya as well. We're doing a lot of black pot cooking at our booth.
Right.
And then and also one of our local sponsors, a donut shop. We're going to do a Jason White's one of our followers, is one of our teammates as well. He's doing some boudin, so we're doing a boudin stuffed donut shell.
Oh my!
That's gonna be pretty cool. With boudin stuffed donut shell with like a cane syrup glaze. So come to our booth, you can get any one of those things. So it's very Louisiana inspired at our booth. We got, like I said, boudin, the pastelaya, jambalaya. Come check us out. But that's kind of what the stuff we do. We're not. I told the guys on my team, I said it's easy for us to take that pork, throw it on a bun, and like, hey guys, come buy a pulled pork sandwich or slider. No, we got to get creative, because the idea is you want to draw people to your booth, because every dollar spent in your booth goes to the kids and our team's credit. If we sell something like, hey guys, we have bags of Lay's potato chips, we're not going to raise much money at the counter. So we got to compete there too. We got to get creative. So
that's absolutely.
Hey, like we say, James, you want that MF and cornbread? Pull out your MF and wallet.
There you go. Man, I'm telling you right now, man, you're about wanting me to cancel my dadgum competition to come down there and eat. Oh my gosh.
Hey, you come eat that cornbread, ain't gonna be no competition.
That's for sure. Oh goodness. All right. Once again, guys, I hope everybody's got a chance. If there's any way that y'all can go in and donate, even if it's $10, anything that you can donate. James, I did hit you up. You should have got your $500. I put that in. I've already done it.
Thank you.
Sorry, I got distracted just a minute ago, but while I had everybody talking, it was a perfect time for me to go in and do it.
Man,
I hope everybody will take advantage of this, and this is for a great cause. I'm going to copy this link once again. Hey, looky there. It automatically puts it in. You was at $1,000. Now you're at $1,500. So it's instant time. That's really cool. I'm going to drop this in the link once again. And I hope that everybody, if you can just donate $5, $10, whatever you can donate, because this is for a great cause. They're trying to raise money for children with pediatric brain cancer. And I hope everybody will at least try to donate something. So
thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Another thing too you touched on earlier, and then Mark had touched on, and Becker even touched on as well, is the fact that we're all like a big family, a big barbecue family. Everybody becomes friends and stuff like that, and it's kind of like it's not just a get together. It's not even much of a barbecue competition at all this year, and that's why I want to kind of lead into Mark on this one, because Mark's going to do something on a Saturday morning with us. Mark and Ashley Henson are part of the Faith and Fires Ministry, and we're going to host probably the Hogs' first ever Cooks Church on Saturday morning.
That's awesome.
We'll probably get together on the time, probably the time works for everybody, 6:30, whatever. We'll probably make another announcement at the Cooks meeting. Mark, you want to tell us a little bit about how that's going to work, and then obviously invite anybody who's out there with us.
Yeah, it's a real simple deal, man. We started Faith and Fighters Ministries just as a means to encourage people to stand up and stand out in their faith. And when they do that, it encourages other people. It's a snowball effect. And all it does is create encouragement for people to say, hey, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ, died for my Savior. And we get together and we just have three different things: praise, prayer, and devotion. It lasts 10 to 15 minutes. I don't always say something. Sometimes it'll be Marcio. Sometimes it'll be Dad's. Whoever the good Lord wants to speak through, it's going to happen. And we're going to get together and we're going to pray for the kids. We're going to pray for fundraising. We're going to pray for safety. We're going to give praise for the opportunity to be there and what we're doing and with our friends and our family. And just, mainly just, for opportunity to be there and do what we love and do it for a good cause. And then we're going to have a little devotion. If somebody's got something on their heart they want to share, somebody they want to pray for, it's quick. It's fulfilling, and we encourage people to do it wherever they go because we can't be everywhere. We want everyone to stand out in their faith at every competition across the country.
That's awesome, Mark. That really is. So, well, I've dropped a link in there to your page, Mark, on Hogs for the Cause. So if you want to go there, you can. Audrey, I saw your wife just a second ago, Angel. I guess is Angel your wife?
Yes,
So
sir.
You can drop your link in there too.
Yep.
If you
Hayden
donate,
Blake.
yeah, if you donate through Audrey's link, then he's got 3 giveaways, including an M80 grill, which I don't know how much those things are, but I'm sure they're at least around at least probably $700 or $800.
$749.
Yeah, I know what the M16 costs, so that's freaking pretty great. So
It's another one is Caden Blake. Everybody knows Caden. He's on our team as well. And Caden was a great recipient. Caden's going through some stuff himself. And on top of that, he's another one. He's got his own link. So ultimately, look, it's one thing, Mike, and I appreciate you donate through my link. Collectively, all of us as a team, we're all going to turn in one total, 2 Hogs.
That's right. That's right. It doesn't matter.
They did some stuff for us this year to kind of inspire each team member to raise money through their own links because there's surprise packages they're offering this year as well. So, look, anybody wants to donate through either Caden's link, Mark's link, Audrey's link, mine again, if you guys want, it doesn't matter. It's all going through Fire.
It's all going to the right cause. Yeah. If anybody's got any questions real quick, please go in and drop them in the chat. We try to ask a lot of questions. I've kind of let the guys kind of talk to let you know what it's about. I haven't been down there, so I certainly don't want to talk about something I've never been, but it's really, I have heard some stories from James. I've heard some stories from Marcio over the years and stuff like that. It sounds like it's just an amazing get together, and it's for a great cause.
Is there a mayonnaise competition this year, Becker?
A mayonnaise?
Yes, there is. Blue Plate is back as a sponsor. So
wow.
Yeah, the best side category sponsored by Blue Plate. Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So if anybody's
better than Blue Plate, so
yeah.
Hey, I saw Marcio's comment about ponies.
Yeah. The Miller Lite ponies.
Mark me up for 2 of them, Becker.
The champagne of beers.
Gotcha. That's
champagne
right.
Of beers. Oh goodness. Yeah. If anybody's got any comments or anything that they want to drop in, please drop them in the comments. We're fixing to have our drawing for our 20 championship backyard barbecue class, featuring one of our very own, Mr. Mark Lambert, cooked some of the most amazing food. Those Taco El Pastors. I'm telling Mark, we had a little hole in the wall, Hispanic place that we found. It's hidden. We just saw it going to church the other day, and yesterday Suzette and I went in there, and it's literally a little hole in the wall. I said, how long have y'all been here? 4 years. I was like, I didn't even know it. Of course, they're off the beaten path, and we went in there, and I saw the Tacos El Pastor, and I was like, oh, I got to try one of these. Mark, I'm sorry, brother. You've got them beat. I hate to tell them, but man, the way that you did that with all the pineapples and all the cilantro and everything in it, it was amazing.
I know a Grande Gringo that cooks better pastor than you do, huh?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it was, and it is, and I'd hate to tell them that. So anyway, so you got 20 backyard barbecue recipes. Mark cooked, I know 4 of them. Tacos El Pastor. You did that Alabama white sauce chicken. What else did you do, Mark? Good Lord, that was a few. What else did you do?
Did I do the fried ribs?
Oh, oh my gosh, the fried ribs were freaking, I couldn't stop eating the fried ribs. So this is a great drawing. We're going to have this here in just a minute ago. We got a trivia question for you. And so we'll have that drawing here in just a minute ago. Yes, Mark's Pastor is fire. Fried ribs, yes, absolutely, 100%. So anyway, well, I'm going to give all of y'all just a few minutes. Becker, do you have anything that you want to add to what we've said so far?
Yeah, if you're interested in learning more about what Hogs for the Cause does, you can go to hogsforthecause.org and you can see, and I encourage you to look and click on the impact page, and you can see the $11 million that we've given away in the last 15 years and where that's gone into all the communities that we do work in.
Man, that is absolutely awesome. And I'm going to go in and drop that link since you just said it, Hogs for the Cause. I'm going to drop this in the chat, and y'all can go check it out. It's hogsforthecause.org, hogsforthecause.org. Go check it out. And Becker, man, I really want to thank you for what you're doing. I mean,
thank you. Yeah, appreciate you having me too.
Really awesome. I really appreciate you taking the time to be on our podcast tonight, and thank you so much for what you're doing to help these children and their parents. So,
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. And I want to thank James for actually letting me have some time to speak. I didn't think that was possible. But,
oh yeah, James can steal the show sometime. Audrey, brother, man, I haven't got a chance to meet you in person. I love your cooking. So you got anything you want to say, brother?
I do. I just want to say I appreciate all of y'all. And Bill Becker, again, thank you for what you're doing. Like I said, it's actually personally touched my family and my life. So I am so proud to be a part of this. And hopefully it's something we can continue doing for many years.
There you go. James, you got to keep it, man. I mean, and I don't know, Audrey, if your nephew was it your nephew that this was? If he can
yes,
come
sir.
down
And he actually lives in LaPlace. He's going to be there.
Oh, right on.
There you go, Becker. There you go. That is absolutely
he'll be
awesome.
there. I'll make sure of it.
Yeah,
Great.
y'all need to hook up and let that be part of the
absolutely.
story.
I mean, like I said, I can't thank y'all enough. And no matter what we do, it'll never repay, just the mental side of what they got through with the help that they got.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mr. James, you're up, brother.
All right, hold on.
wait a minute. Let me put you. Okay, you got a timer. You got 1 minute.
I thought we were almost done. This is 15 more minutes.
I know it. I'm going to put him on a 1 minute timer. I'm going to put him in timeout. So.
No, I mean, look, again, Mike, I appreciate you not
Absolutely.
just having me on, having all these guys on.
Absolutely.
And
this is what it's about.
The biggest thing is us to just kind of get the word out what Hogs for the Cause is as an organization, what it all means to each one of us as well. And look, this is year 10 for me. And every year it means a little bit more. It's one of those things where, and these guys know, Becker knows that we all joke around. I'm probably one of, if not the biggest prankster out there. I'll get along with everybody. I'll joke with everybody. I'm also a very fiery competitor, but at the end of the day, you can ask this guy. I spent time in his office and I told him, what it truly means to me as a person and what, means to, just us as a barbecue community helping out these kids and stuff like that. There's nothing like it. I mean, look, Memphis in May is obviously the next big goal for us and me and Mark and those guys. But, this is my favorite event. And I keep saying event and not a barbecue contest. It's my favorite barbecue event in the entire country. That we just happen to be cooking a whole hog, shoulder, ribs, and all the other stuff against the other guys. But,
right.
It's remarkable what it is. And like I said, Mike, are you going to be at Memphis in May this year?
I don't know if I'm going to make it or not. So
all right, Audrey's going to be there too this year, so you want to meet him there. But
okay, that's right.
So anyway, but
somebody might be getting their third grand champ this year on this call, either in the chat or on the.
Yeah, please answer my question.
Screens.
I've got 3 already. I'm going for 4.
Oh,
I have a question for James.
Right,
what time should Jessica pick him up Friday night?
Gotta go.
Please, everybody got to go. All right, he's got to go. We're going to take that as a cut. All right, Marco, what you got, brother?
Looking forward to doing it, y'all. It's always a pleasure to get together with, it's a big family reunion, and it's everyone's kind of lets their hair down a little bit. Everyone's serious about winning the barbecue part of it, but everyone's also serious. They're there with to pour their heart out into their food, and It's a really non-pretentious get together of really good barbecue royalty. So if you haven't been, it's one of those events you need to hit for the food, for the camaraderie, for the kids. It's a great time. I look forward to going.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate all of y'all being here. Okay, so we got 20 backyard barbecue classes to give away. So here's the way it's going to work. I'm going to ask a question. The first person that I see get it right in the comments across my screen, not your screen, because my stuff's in real time, and I don't know if your stuff is delayed or not. The first person that gets it right, man, somebody is just blowing up my dadgum phone. So, okay, they got a picture. I got 8 pictures of a swimming pool. So, anyway, first person that gets it right gets our 20 championship backyard barbecue classes for 1 month. If you have an account, just give me a thumbs up and I'll add them to your account. If not, I'm going to drop my email in the chat. I need you to email me your first and last name. I've got your email address when you email me, and I'll create the account for you. So, here's the question. Who won Hogs for the Cause last year? Who was the winner of Hogs for the Cause last year? First person that I see get this right.
Well, cheating there, but
really? Okay, there we go. It's not going to be, I can tell you who it's not going to be. So, it's not going to be James Cruz.
Hey,
I can't even believe he put that in there. All right, so
I am. Look, I'm always a student, so I need to learn, Mike.
Yeah, you ain't
always
getting
be a
it.
student. Sign me up. Sign me up.
Well, we got Marcio, so Alan Smith won it. Alan Smith.
He spelled it wrong.
Huh? We got it. Marcio, that's right. M-R-C-I-O. Marcio. So, he just didn't hit the A. He was speed typing. All right, Alan, we're going to hook you up, brother. If you want our 20 backyard barbecue classes, drop me an email at BBQ Champions, POINS, barbecue champ, POI champions at gmail.com. Let me get that right. .com. Barbecue Champions, CHIMPONS. All right, Alan, if you send me an email, I will add the, I don't know if you've got an account with us, but bbqchampions at gmail.com. And I will create an account for you, and I'll put our 20 championship backyard barbecue classes in there. So, oh, that is hilarious. James, what the heck was that? Oh,
Hey, I'm playing the game.
Oh, my gosh.
You're not even eligible, right?
Yeah, you're not even eligible. Now, I'll tell you what. Here's what we're going to do with him. We'll just kick his butt off and put him in timeout real quick.
Wish we could do that.
We'll bring you back for just about. We're going to give you 30 seconds, James.
What did he do? Jump off?
No, I put him in timeout. I just kicked him off. We'll let him back in 30 seconds. So.
I'm starting to love y'all more and more.
Ain't this great, man? Audrey, I need to have you on the show every once in a while, brother.
Oh, my God. I got to find that button on my phone.
Yeah, there we go. That's what happened. There he is. Yeah, we put him at the bottom. So. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, guys, I really do appreciate y'all coming on, spending a little bit of time talking about Hogs for the Cause. I think this is just a great organization. Becker, thank you for the foresight to keep this going. As you guys are cooks, all of y'all, Marcio, Eric, all of y'all that are competing, James, Mark, man, good luck. I just may the best food win, but it's for the great organization. So. And thank y'all for what y'all are doing for this.
Even though it's for a great organization, Mark don't need a whole lot of luck. He's a damn good cook. So
yeah, he is.
Gotta have luck.
You always gotta have luck.
You get the barbecue out. We'll give him some cornbread on the side. It'll all be good.
Woo-hoo.
That's right. Yeah, I knew this was coming. Free James times 2. So.
Yeah, we'll pay our way through. If we got to give him cornbread on the side, we do what we got to do.
Oh, that's it. That was it. It was too much.
Jason White's on the team too.
It was too much to type, Marcio. We knew what it was, Alan.
I say I'll end up on the bottom with James.
Yeah, there you go. Well, guys, sit tight real quick. We're going to close this out. We'll chat real quick in the back, so y'all just sit tight. I hope everybody's enjoyed our show tonight. It was really an honor to be able to do this. I've been able to be fortunate enough to do it for the last couple years. This year we had the CEO, Mr. Becker. Thank you for being with us once again. And we're looking forward to next week's show. We got an SCA cook that did very, very well at the World Championship here. Rick Mancy's going to be on our podcast next week. And we've also got another barbecue cooker that's going to join us as well. So we got a good show lined up for y'all next week. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. And as we always close out our cooking classes, y'all go out there, have a lot of